doesn't love a good tree? We all love a good tree. Trees are amazing, and the trees in this video are among the most beautiful on the planet. These are the 20 most stunning trees in the world. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and leave a like. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Spider trees, Pakistan. In 2010, Pakistan faced one of the worst natural disasters in its history, a catastrophic flood caused by unprecedented monsoon rains. The sheer scale of the flooding was staggering, submerging vast regions, displacing millions of people, and devastating infrastructure, homes, and farmland. The disaster's impact was multifaceted, leading to loss of life, economic turmoil, and public health crises. Yet, amid this devastation, one strange and unexpected natural phenomenon captured the world's attention: the so-called spider trees. As floodwaters surged across the country, many creatures scrambled to survive in this transformed environment. Among them were millions of spiders, which faced an immediate threat. Their usual terrestrial habitats were now submerged underwater. Unable to escape the rising waters by hiding in the soil or under leaves, the spiders instinctively climbed higher and higher up trees, bushes, and any elevated surfaces they could find. What happened next was surreal and visually striking. Because the floodwaters persisted for weeks in some areas, the spiders were forced to remain above ground for extended periods. During this time, they began to weave extensive webs around the tree trunks, branches, and leaves. Over time, the individual webs merged, creating a massive, continuous network of silk that enveloped entire trees. From a distance, these trees appeared ghostly and ethereal, draped in shimmering white webs that shimmered in the sunlight and fluttered in the wind. The eerie sight of spider-covered trees soon went viral, inspiring awe and fear alike. Many compared the scene to something out of a horror movie or Halloween set, where every branch seemed alive with thousands of tiny arachnids. This natural phenomenon was not only bizarre but also a testament to the adaptability and survival instincts of the spiders under extreme conditions. While this spectacle might have seemed unsettling, it had an important and unexpected positive effect on public health. Floods typically create breeding grounds for mosquitoes due to the abundance of stagnant water. In such post-flood conditions, mosquito populations can explode, leading to increased risks of mosquito-borne diseases such as malaria, dengue fever, and chikungunya, serious concerns for the affected populations. Here, the spiders played a crucial ecological role as natural pest controllers. Their webs acted as efficient traps for flying insects, including mosquitoes, reducing the potential for disease outbreaks. Researchers and health officials noted a significant decline in mosquito numbers in areas where the spider webs were dense. By preying on mosquitoes and other pests, the spiders inadvertently protected thousands of people from illnesses that often follow flooding events. This phenomenon also highlights the broader importance of preserving biodiversity and natural ecosystems, especially in the face of climate change and extreme weather events. The spiders' response to the floods demonstrated how even small creatures can have a profound impact on human health and environmental balance. Moreover, the spider trees became a symbol of resilience amid disaster, a reminder that nature can adapt in remarkable ways, sometimes offering solutions to problems humans face. After the floodwaters finally receded, the webs gradually disappeared, and the spiders returned to their normal habitats. But the memory of the spider trees remains a vivid example of nature's surprising responses to adversity. Today, the 2010 Pakistan floods and the spider trees phenomenon are often referenced in studies of disaster ecology and pest control, inspiring scientists and environmentalists to look for more natural, sustainable ways to manage pests and protect human health during environmental crises. Number 2. Banyan trees, India. The banyan tree, scientifically known as Ficus bengalensis, is native to the Indian subcontinent and holds a special place in the cultural, religious, and ecological landscapes of the region. Revered as the national tree of India, the banyan is not only a botanical marvel, but also a symbol deeply woven into the fabric of Indian heritage and spirituality. One of the most fascinating features of the banyan tree is its incredible canopy coverage, which is considered the largest of any tree in the world. This vast canopy is supported by a unique network of aerial roots that grow down from its branches and penetrate the soil, forming additional trunks. These prop roots allow the tree to spread horizontally over vast areas, sometimes covering several acres. As the tree ages, these roots thicken and become indistinguishable from the main trunk, creating the illusion of a forest made up of a single tree. This sprawling growth habit gives the banyan tree an imposing and majestic presence in any landscape, making it a natural gathering spot and shelter for both humans and wildlife. In many Indian villages and towns, the banyan tree serves as a community meeting place where people come together to socialize, hold discussions, or seek refuge from the sun. The banyan tree also produces small figs, which are an important food source for a variety of animals, especially birds. These birds play a crucial ecological role by dispersing the banyan seeds across wide distances. After the birds consume the figs, the seeds pass through their digestive systems and are deposited in new locations, often germinating faster due to the natural fertilizer provided by the bird droppings. This symbiotic relationship helps sustain the growth and propagation of banyan trees in diverse environments. The largest known banyan tree in the world is located in India, within the botanical garden of the Indian Botanic Garden in the state of West Bengal, near Kolkata, formerly known as Calcutta. Known simply as the Great Banyan Tree, it is estimated to be over 250 years old, though its exact age is somewhat uncertain because it was already mentioned in historical records and books dating back to the 19th century. This immense tree covers more than 3.5 acres, approximately 1.4 hectares, with a canopy that stretches wider than several football fields combined. Due to its massive size and cultural importance, the Great Banyan Tree is the main attraction of the botanical garden and draws thousands of visitors every year. It is so iconic that it has been featured on Indian postage stamps, making it one of the most recognizable natural landmarks of the country. The tree's massive network of trunks and roots creates a labyrinthine structure that visitors can walk through, offering an immersive experience of nature's grandeur. In Hindu mythology and spiritual practices, the banyan tree symbolizes immortality and eternal life because of its seemingly endless growth and resilience. It is often associated with the god Vishnu and is a site for religious rituals and ceremonies. During festivals like Vat Purnima, women worship the banyan tree, praying for the well-being of their husbands and families. Beyond its cultural and religious significance, the banyan tree also plays an important ecological role. It provides habitat for countless species of birds, insects, and mammals, contributing to biodiversity in urban and rural areas alike. The shade provided by the vast canopy reduces soil erosion and helps maintain moisture levels, supporting the surrounding ecosystem. However, the banyan tree is not without challenges. In some urban areas, its aggressive root system can damage sidewalks, buildings, and underground infrastructure, leading to conflicts between conservation and urban development. Despite this, efforts are ongoing to preserve these magnificent trees due to their irreplaceable cultural, ecological, and historical value. In summary, the banyan tree of India is far more than just a plant. It is a living monument to nature's resilience and beauty, a cultural icon, and a vital part of the ecological tapestry of the Indian subcontinent. Its aerial roots and expansive canopy have fascinated people for centuries, making it a symbol of strength, shelter, and community that continues to inspire awe in all who encounter it. Number 3. Blue Jackaranda, South America. The beautiful blue jacaranda is a stunning flowering tree native to several regions across South America and parts of Central America and the Caribbean. Found naturally in countries such as Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, and extending up through Central America and into the Caribbean islands, this tree has captivated the hearts of botanists, gardeners, and nature lovers alike with its spectacular floral display and elegant form. There are over 49 known species of jacarandas worldwide, but the blue jacaranda, Jackaranda mimosifolia, stands out as one of the most admired for its intense violet-blue blossoms that cover the tree in the spring and early summer. This profusion of color transforms landscapes into vibrant scenes, often likened to a natural fireworks show or a purple carpet laid down beneath the trees. The striking beauty of the jacaranda has made it a popular ornamental tree in many parts of the world. The blue jacaranda is a moderately large tree that can grow up to 10 meters, approximately 33 feet, or even taller in optimal conditions. It has a distinctive trunk, usually grayish-brown in color, which is smooth when the tree is young but gradually becomes scaly and rougher as it ages. Its branches grow in characteristic zigzag patterns and display a reddish-brown hue, adding to the tree's unique and somewhat whimsical appearance. The leaves are bipinnate, meaning they are made up of numerous small leaflets arranged on secondary stems, giving them a delicate fern-like look that creates dappled shade beneath the canopy. Due to its breathtaking flowers and graceful form, the blue jacaranda has been widely cultivated beyond its native range. It thrives best in warm climates, as it does not tolerate frost well. you will commonly find jacarandas lining streets, filling parks, and adorning gardens in places like California, Texas, and Florida in the United States. In these regions, the jacaranda is celebrated for the beauty and color it brings, especially during its blooming season. However, the story of the blue jacaranda is not without its complexities. In some parts of the world, such as South Africa and sections of Australia, the tree is classified as an invasive species. In these regions, the jacaranda can outcompete native vegetation, altering local ecosystems and threatening biodiversity. The prolific seed production and the adaptability of the tree allow it to spread aggressively, sometimes displacing indigenous plants and changing habitats that native wildlife depends on. Efforts to manage the jacaranda's spread in these areas involve monitoring growth, educating the public about planting choices, and sometimes physically removing young trees that threaten native flora. This situation highlights the delicate balance between appreciating exotic beauty and preserving native ecosystems, an ongoing challenge faced by many countries worldwide. Beyond its ornamental value, the jacaranda tree also holds cultural significance. In some Latin American countries, the blooming of the jacaranda signals the arrival of spring or marks important local festivals. Its wood is sometimes used for furniture making, though this is less common compared to its horticultural use. Overall, the blue jacaranda is more than just a pretty tree. It represents the complex relationships between humans and nature, admired for its beauty, cultivated across continents, yet also a reminder of the unintended consequences that can arise when species are introduced into new environments. Its dazzling blooms continue to enchant people, inspiring artists, photographers, and travelers who seek out its spectacular floral displays. Number 4. Tapome, Cambodia. The Tapome Temple in Cambodia is undergoing a tree transformation. Built in the 12th century during the Khmer Empire, the temple was completed in 1186 AD and dedicated to a Buddhist monastery. Today, this UNESCO World Heritage Site is being reclaimed by nature. The roots of trees grow among the temple's structures, wrapping around walls and columns in a unique and fascinating way. It is the most visited tourist attraction in the country and has inspired many creative works, including serving as a filming location for the movie Tomb Raider. Seeing how the trees embrace the stone ruins is truly impressive. Have you ever seen a place being taken over by nature in such a beautiful yet eerie way at the same time? Number 5. Cherry blossoms, Japan. All around the world, cherry blossoms symbolize the arrival of spring. But in Japan, the sakura season is taken very seriously. Seriously, Japan gets into a festive mood when the sakura season begins. It's practically a flower carnival that attracts visitors from all over Japan and the world to witness the full blooming spectacle. As the buds start to open, people across the country have picnics and parties to celebrate this beautiful season. But the beauty of cherry blossoms is fleeting, and that's exactly what makes them so special. This blooming marks the transition of the seasons, welcoming warmer weather. Sakuras are so important in Japan that it's no exaggeration to call this phenomenon a national obsession. Cherry blossom festivals are held in parks and gardens throughout the country. During the season, it's common to find foods and drinks flavored with sakura, or even containing real cherry blossoms. Number 6. Dark hedges, Northern Ireland. Imagine a dark and atmospheric tunnel of trees, worthy of a fantasy novel or fairy tale. You probably thought of something like the dark hedges. Even the name conveys a sense of mystery and suspense. This place is real, an avenue of beech trees lining a road between Stranachan and Armoy in County Antrim, Northern Ireland. The trees were planted around 1775 when Grace Hill House was built. About 150 trees were lined up along the property's driveway, but this is no ordinary avenue, it's haunted. According to legend, a ghost known as the Grey Lady is seen running among the trees and crossing the road. Very eerie indeed. The place is so evocative and cinematic that it has been used as a filming location in various productions, most famously in HBO's Game of Thrones. And you quickly understand why when you see the images. Number 7. Rainbow eucalyptus. The rainbow eucalyptus is a tall, fast-growing tree that can reach up to 75 meters in height and nearly 2.5 meters in diameter. But what really makes this tree stand out is not its size, but its incredibly colorful bark. The trunk of the rainbow eucalyptus has smooth, orange-toned bark that peels off in strips, revealing a true explosion of colors underneath: light green, red, orange, and purple. This natural palette is most vibrant in the tropical forests where the tree is native, such as Indonesia, the Philippines, and Papua New Guinea. Interestingly, trees grown outside their natural habitat do not display such intense colors. In nature, the visual spectacle is unique and unmistakable. Number 8. Wisteria tunnels, Japan. Wisteria is a type of flowering vine that can be shaped into extraordinary forms, and nowhere in the world does it better than Japan. Every year, the Kawachi Fuji Gardens in Kitakyushu, on the Japanese island of Kyushu, host the Wisteria Festival. This annual event, entirely dedicated to wisteria, features the incredible Wisteria tunnels corridors made of cascading flowers, trained to grow in arches and hang gracefully and delicately, creating a magical effect worthy of Instagram. The whole place feels like an enchanted land. The soft pastel shades of amethyst, lavender, and green create a shaded canopy where light filters through sparkling spots, like a painting made by artists. The festival is extremely popular and therefore requires advance reservations for those who want to see the flowers at the peak of bloom. So, if you plan to visit, buy your ticket ahead of time, or you might end up wisterially disappointed. A pun on wisteria. Number 9. Pando. Although it looks like a gigantic forest, Pando is actually one of the largest living organisms in the world. The forest is made up of about 47,000 genetically identical quaking aspens, all connected to a single root system. These trees can reproduce by seeds, but the most common way is by sprouting new stems directly from the roots, forming a mass of trees known as a clone. Known as Pando, which in Latin means "I spread," this organism has been growing in the Fish Lake National Forest in Utah, USA, for at least 80,000 years. But unfortunately, the 107 acres of this living forest are dying. A dramatic decline has been observed in recent decades, and there is a real fear that Pando may not survive. Deer and cattle have been eating the new shoots before they can develop, which harms the colony's regeneration. But the problem is older. It has been accumulating over more than a century. The absence of top predators, like wolves or cougars, which used to control the mule deer population, has worsened the imbalance. These predators were aggressively hunted by humans and now almost don't exist in the region. Additionally, local laws allow cattle to graze in the area, even causing severe damage to this historic landscape. However, some small adjustments in local practices could have a big positive impact and help preserve this ancient organism. Number 10. Dragon's blood tree. This one has a name that sounds like it came straight out of a fairy tale. The dragon's blood tree is an evergreen tree found only in the Socotra archipelago, Yemen. It's an ancient and revered tree with a unique appearance and blood-red sap. Its shape resembles an open umbrella, and clusters of these trees in the arid, ancient landscape look like they belong in a fantasy movie. But the magical look isn't the only impressive thing. This tree produces a thick red resin that makes it look like the tree is bleeding, and this resin has unique medicinal properties. The sap has been used to treat a variety of ailments, from ulcers to diarrhea. It's also famous for being used as varnish for violins, dye for wool, glue for ceramics, makeup, and even toothpaste. This is the only place in the world where this extraordinary species grows, and with climate change and ongoing conflict on the continent, the future of this incredible place is uncertain. Number 11. The Trees of Dead Velle. The region known as Dead Velle in Namibia is an extraordinarily bizarre-looking place. The name means dead marsh, which accurately describes this dry, barren environment. The cracked, dry clay soil of the valley doesn't hold enough moisture to sustain life. So all the trees that once grew there have been reduced to dried skeletons, blackened and skeletal remains. The landscape was formed when a clay pan was created from a flooded river, forming temporary pools that allowed trees to grow. But when the region was struck by a severe drought and the climate changed, the surrounding sand dunes shifted into the area and blocked the river. The trees died from lack of water, and it is believed this happened around 600 to 700 years ago. The remains of the trees have been blackened and sunburned over centuries of exposure to intense sunlight. This harsh landscape has been used as a setting for surreal and dark films like The Cell in the Fall. Number 12. Angel Oak Tree. The angel oak tree is located about 19 kilometers, 12 miles from Charleston, South Carolina, and is one of the oldest living oak trees in the southern United States. Considered a gem in the heart of this historic region, more than 40,000 people visit Angel Oak every year, amazed by its age and beauty. It is believed to be around 400 years old, so it's had plenty of time to grow. Today, this remarkable tree reaches 20.2 meters, 66 feet in height, the equivalent of a 6-story building. Its trunk has a circumference of 8.5 meters, 28 feet, and its longest branch measures about 57 meters, 187 feet, this tree is truly a natural wonder. Oh, and one more thing. Angel Oak is haunted. Yes, according to legend, the tree is linked to the history of slavery in the region. It's said that the bodies of enslaved people were hung from its branches, and vultures came to feed, which supposedly caused a curse on the tree. Some also say it was sacred to local indigenous peoples and that it stands on ancient indigenous lands, which leads many to believe the site has strong spiritual energy. There have even been reports of ghostly figures seen around the base of the tree. Charleston is considered one of the most haunted cities in the United States, with ghost stories connected to nearly all its historic landmarks. Angel Oak, with its ancient branches, seems to truly connect the present to the past, to the people who lived, rested, and died under its shade. That's what a truly incredible place can do. Number 13. General Sherman Sequoia. From one super old tree to another, now we have the relatively young General Sherman, estimated to be between 2,400 and 2,800 years old. This tree is practically a baby compared to Methusula, but what it lacks in age, it makes up for in width and volume. General Sherman is one of the largest living trees today, and that doesn't mean it's the biggest tree of all time. Others have been recorded with even more impressive vital statistics, but unfortunately, they are no longer alive. This tree is a giant sequoia located in the giant forest of Sequoia National Park in Tulare County, California. General Sherman is officially the largest known single-trunk tree in the world, with an estimated volume of about 1,486 cubic meters, 52,500 cubic feet, and a height of 83.8 meters, 275 feet. Although it's not the tallest tree in the world, it is the largest in terms of volume and mass, not height. Go figure, right? But General Sherman is truly special. Even if other trees have grown taller, this giant sequoia is a real treasure of the natural history of the United States. However, it needs protection. Wildfires in California affect large areas every year and can cause irreparable damage to ancient forests. When fire gets close to old General Sherman, the Forest Service takes extra precautions, including wrapping the tree in special aluminum foil to protect it. The problem is that this shiny look might make the other trees jealous. They turn green with envy. Number 14. Methusula. This is a fascinating case. Methusula is one of the oldest trees known to humankind. It's a Great Basin bristlecone pine, Pinus longeva, with an incredible age of 4,853 years. It grows high in the White Mountains of Inyo County in eastern California. The most impressive thing about this tree is, of course, its extraordinary age. There is no other non-clonal tree in the world whose age has been measured and confirmed with such precision. And true to its name, Methusula carries the legacy of the biblical figure said to have lived over 900 years. So yes, this tree is doing just fine. Other trees of the same species are also incredibly long-lived. One of them, which was cut down in 1964, was about 4,844 years old. Today, Methusula remains the oldest accurately dated living tree, and its exact location is a closely guarded secret by the U.S. Forest Service. So, shh, don't tell anyone. Number 15. Japanese maple in Portland, Oregon. Obviously, the Japanese maple is a tree native to Japan, but it has found a special home in Portland, Oregon, where it puts on a truly stunning show. There is a particularly famous specimen of this tree in the Portland Japanese Garden, which has even been featured in National Geographic and gained a devoted following. There's even an online community dedicated to documenting the ever-changing beauty of this magnificent tree. It has inspired countless works of art and attracts thousands of nature lovers, especially because of its incredible seasonal color transformations with deep red, rust, gold, and green tones. Have you ever seen a more photogenic tree? Doubt it. Native to Japan, China, Korea, and Mongolia, the Japanese maple is a deciduous shrub or small tree that can grow up to 16 meters, 52 feet, tall, and 10 meters, 33 feet, wide. But what really stands out isn't the size, it's those spectacular colors. This tree has been cultivated in many countries since the 19th century and remains popular to this day. Number 16. Baobab trees. Baobab trees can grow into absolute giants. These colossal trees can reach over 30 meters, 98 feet in height, and have trunks as wide as 10 meters, 33 feet in diameter. Now that's a pretty wide waistline. Native to the island of Madagascar, the African continent, and also Australia, baobabs are a classic silhouette in African landscapes, especially in savannas and dry regions. These oddly shaped trees have also been introduced to parts of Asia, where they've been cultivated over time. Baobabs can live for an incredibly long time. In fact, there's one tree in Madagascar nicknamed Grandmother that is estimated to be around 1,600 years old. The baobab is an extremely useful and valuable tree, especially as a food source. Both its leaves and fruit are edible. The leaves are often used in cooking, similar to leafy greens, and the taste of the fruit varies depending on the specific species. For example, the white pulp of the Australian baobab fruit has a tangy, citrus-like flavor that's said to resemble sour gummy candy. In Angola, the dried baobab fruit is usually boiled and then used to make juices or desserts. Meanwhile, in Zimbabwe, the fruit is eaten fresh, mixed into porridge, or added to drinks. Number 17. Rhododendron. Let's learn a bit about the good old rhododendron shrub. The name rhododendron can refer to any of over 1,024 species of woody plants. These shrubs are widely distributed around the world, especially throughout Asia, but they're also commonly found in the United States with a high concentration in the Northwest, California, and the Appalachian Mountains. In fact, the rhododendron is the state flower of both West Virginia and Washington. However, these shrubs aren't always welcome. Some species of rhododendron are toxic to grazing animals, and the pollen collected by bees from these flowers can produce honey that is harmful to humans. The species Rhododendron ponticum is invasive in the United Kingdom and Ireland, where it has become a real problem. It spreads into forests where it doesn't belong and grows so rapidly that it's hard to control. New shoots appear before the old ones can even be removed. Number 18. Ginkgo biloba. The ginkgo biloba tree is also known as a living fossil, and that's because this incredible tree is one of the oldest tree species still in existence today. Amazingly, it can be traced back more than 350 million years. The word ginkgo comes from a Chinese term meaning silver apricot, although the fruits of this tree are far from resembling a tasty apricot. For starters, when they ripen in the fall, the fruits have a very unpleasant smell. People say they smell like rancid butter, which is definitely not very apricot-like. The tree is also known for containing various compounds that have been used in alternative and herbal medicines. Many people take ginkgo biloba supplements. In fact, it's the best-selling herbal remedy in Europe. The miracle extract comes from its leaves, which contain substances called ginkgolides. These are believed to improve blood circulation, especially in the brain. That's why ginkgo has become popular in treating symptoms of conditions like Alzheimer's disease, tinnitus, ringing in the ears, and Raynaud's syndrome. Number 19. Silk cotton trees, Ceiba. One of the largest trees in the tropical regions of the Americas, the silk cotton tree, or ceiba, holds great significance for many people living in those areas. These massive deciduous trees grow quickly and often reach heights of 25 meters or more, with the tallest recorded specimen reaching an incredible 73 meters. The tree gets its name from the oval-shaped fruits it produces. These fruits contain numerous seeds surrounded by dense, cotton-like fibers. When they ripen, the fibers fall from the tree like a soft rain, hence the name silk cotton. In Asia, this material is called kapok and is used for many purposes, as insulation, filling for quilts, pillows, mattresses, and even flotation devices. Beyond the fibers, the tree's flowers are a vital source of nectar for bees and bats. In fact, bats are the main pollinators of these trees, which bloom at night. And there's more. The bark of the tiba tree is used in some cultures in a traditional mixture believed by folk medicine to have aphrodisiac properties. The tree plays a key role in ancient Mayan mythology. Even today, it is still considered sacred in some regions of South America. Number 20. Divid tree. Native to the Caribbean, Central America, and parts of South America, the divid tree seems like it just can't decide what it wants to be called. Having so many different names must have caused an identity crisis for this poor tree. In Aruba, its homeland, it's known as divi or Watapana, and it's considered the island's natural compass because it always points southwest. This phenomenon happens due to the constant trade winds blowing from the northeast. Although the Watapana is famous in Aruba, it's often mistaken for the fofoti tree, which grows on the beaches and loves posing for Instagram photos. The divi, on the other hand, a symbol of Aruba, grows inland all across the island. While there are examples of this tree growing naturally in other countries, attempts to cultivate it elsewhere have usually failed. Aruba's tourism board loves to use this as a good reason to visit the island, and honestly, they've got a point, don't they? Thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed our content, please subscribe to our channel and leave a like. Also, check out other interesting content that's appearing on your screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video. See you next time.